So my new book is called Right at Home, How Good Design is Good for the Mind. And it's all about the intersection of mental health and design. So it's not just about making spaces pretty, it's about making spaces really work for you and your mental health. And I think it's always a great time to talk about mental health, but especially all of us coming out of being in and literally stuck in our homes for the last few years. I think we all really kind of realized how important your home can make you feel. So I really wanted to dive into that and talk about it. You know what, for me, the idea of mental health and design has been something I've thought of for a long time, and it's about my own experiences. It's experiences I've had with heroes on my show Queer Eye. When you surround yourself with chaos, it creates chaos in your mind. So, the book talks about organization, and how it can really have a big effect on your mental health. Color, the way different colors make you feel, the way different shades of light make you feel. And for me, even those little things like making your bed, we don't think of making our bed as a big deal. Like, it's such a small little moment in our day. But when you tell yourself, I'm gonna make my bed, and you do it, you get that little subconscious endorphin, that little notch of accomplishment, and it puts you on the right direction for your day. And in turn, when you're walking out of your house and you're like, I didn't make my bed, but it's okay. You've got yourself already in the mindset that achieving my goals, it's okay if I don't. I can not do some of them that I've told myself. So just little things like that can really have a massive effect on your relationships, on your job performance. And it's just as simple as sometimes making your bed.
So can you give us 3 tips that can really make a difference in your life for things to do and things to do in your home?
Obviously organization is a huge thing. When we allow our spaces to get overrun with clutter, it really does create chaos in your mind, but start small. Start with that junk drawer. Don't try to bite off too much you can chew, because if you do, you get discouraged, you don't accomplish it, and then sometimes you just don't come back to it. Lighting is so important. A lot of times people are like, I have such a hard time sleeping. I lay in bed awake for hours. Make sure you're dimming your lights. Our bodies start producing melatonin when the lights go low. We used to live under the stars, so when it gets dark, our bodies know it's time to go to sleep. So start dimming your lights a couple hours before you go to bed, and it'll help you with your sleep. There's also a whole chapter in my book about sleep. So make sure that you prioritize sleep. Make sure that you are really doing things in your room that are sleep related, and other things as well. But make sure that you're nightstand. Don't have chaos on your nightstand. That's the first thing you see when you wake up and the last thing you see before you go to bed. So make sure if you have problems with sleep, lighting, organization in the room, and make sure that your sleeping is really a priority.
Having your own space, how important is that?
I mean, having your own space is a big deal. Often though that's constrained by financial situations. So it's hard for me to say on that because it is so relative to finance. But having your own space, even if that's just, a drawer, just where that space is yours. I was homeless for a while, and so not having my own space was a huge effect on my mental health. So again, even if that's just your own drawer, you need to have your own space.